morning, everybody, and welcome to the Rehab Christian Center Sunday morning virtual experience. I am Dr. Zeb, and it's good to be here with you this morning, and certainly grateful to be here with you on a very cold morning on the East Coast, and I am just freezing. I don't know what else to say about that. This weather is so crazy and unpredictable here, but we're glad to be here nevertheless. Yes, Sister Michelle on Instagram is on time. I can't believe it. I am impressed. And it is good to see you. Good to see you, Brother Antonio. All of you that are tuning in. Listen, let's get into it today. I'm excited to be here. I want to run through our networks really quickly. I've got so much ground. Well, I'll take it back. I don't have a lot of ground to cover, but I've got a powerful word to cover. I'll say that. I've got a powerful word to cover. And I am just excited to be here with you again on a very cold morning here. I think it's like in the 30s here, and it's crazy how this weather is all over the place. And I just, it's just crazy. Anyway, I'm praying that wherever you are, that you're having a great morning, that you are hopefully somewhere in the sun, where it feels comfortable, where I wish I was. And I just hope that your weekend is going incredibly well. Let's go through our networks. If you have not already, I want you to start sharing this video, start sharing this broadcast, tagging people, tell them to tune in. Our numbers have really been well the last couple of Sundays. And I want you to start liking the video and sharing now. It is your willingness to invite somebody that really impacts the amount of people that we're able to impact. And if you know me and have known me for some time, I don't really care about numbers anyway, to be frank with you. It's always been about impact. It always will be. And so we want you to share this video with as many people as possible so that this message can impact as many people as possible. And we're going to get right out of your way. Won't be before you long today, but really I'm excited to share this message with you. So let's start going through the networks again. Start hitting that @ symbol, waking up your friends in the virtual space, nudging them and telling them to get up and let them know that the Rehab Christian Center is on the air. Facebook, good morning to you. It's good to see you virtually this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're tuned in via Facebook, do me a favor. I want you to like this video. If you really enjoy this broadcast, Facebook gives you the option to love the video. Hold down that like button. When you see the heart pop up, hit that heart. Love this video. Hit the share button. Hit the @ symbol. Tag 5 people. Tell them to tune in on this morning. And we would be so grateful to God if you did that. And just so grateful to you for sharing this broadcast. So Facebook, good morning to you. I want to say thank you for all of you that do tune in on Facebook and that make this broadcast on Facebook what it is. And again, we're just so grateful to see you this morning. Now, don't just sit on this line and not invite somebody to church. You got a big friends list. Y'all got thousands of people on your friends list. Hit that @ symbol, tag 5 people, just 5 of them, and tell them to wake up, come get this word. And we know they'll be blessed for it. Instagram, good morning to you. Wow, the Instagram crew is not only on time, they packing out the building early. Good morning to you, Instagram. Those of you that are tuning in via Instagram, it's good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on Instagram, do me a favor, fill it up with hearts. You all already know the routine. I see hearts flying up the screen. And not only that, but do me a favor. I want you to hit the @ symbol. I want you to tag 5 people and tell them to tune in, regardless of the network that you're on. Make sure you say good morning as well. I think I skipped all over that. Facebook, make sure you say good morning in the chat area. Instagram, say good morning in the chat area. But I want you to hit that @ symbol, tag 5 people and tell them to tune in. Tell them to wake up if they're still asleep and let them know that the Rehab Christian Center is live and on the air. This is going to be a powerful message. And I'm excited to teach it to you, and just so grateful that you have tuned in. I'm so grateful that you have tuned in to share with us on this morning. And so again, good morning to you, Instagram. Thank you for tuning in. Say good morning. Good. And make sure you hit that @ symbol and invite 5 people to tune in on this morning. YouTube, good morning to you. Those of you that are tuned in via YouTube, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube this morning. It is great. It is good to have you with us. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do that by finding us on YouTube. Go to your search bar, type in TheREHABCC. That's TheREHABCC on YouTube, and you will see our church pop up. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification or that bell so that you can be notified every time we go live. And then I want you to, on YouTube, hit the share button and tag as many people, share this video with as many people as possible. I know this to be a fact. There are a lot of people that are still not on social media, believe it or not. And so we have a lot of people that tune in via YouTube that are not on social media. And so if you are watching via YouTube, thank you so much for watching this broadcast. And also, I want you to tag and share this video with someone as well. Invite them and tell them to tune in. Listen, I've got a very exciting message to teach for you today, and I'm excited to bring it to you. So if you have not invited somebody, I need you to start inviting people. Say good morning in the chat area. Don't y'all come to church and be rude. Say good morning in the chat area. And it is such a great thing to see you on today. Let's get into it. Let's get ready for the declaration. Let me get all of my screens together. I got all kinds of notifications and stuff popping up. I don't know what's going on. It's just been a wild morning so far. So many notifications and things popping up. But let's get ready to get into our declaration. If this is your first time tuning in, you may not know, but every Sunday we walk through our declaration. People ask, what does REHAB stand for? And REHAB really is an acronym that is short for Restore, Evangelize, Hope, Alternatives, Breakthrough. It is the 5 pillars by which we operate our ministry. And every Sunday we walk through our declaration in order to help set the tone for our week. We know without a doubt, it's not just believing, we know without a doubt that there is power connected to the things that you say. And so we believe that in setting this tone every Sunday morning, we set in the words that we say, we set the tone for our week. And so we're going to do that and walk through our declaration now. And so you should see the declaration on your screen. Let's get ready to walk through the declaration. And I want you, wherever you are, to pause and say this with us. I'll try to read it slow and pause so that you can repeat after me. In the event that you're driving, you cannot look at your screen, but we want you to repeat this declaration with us, and let's get into it today. All right, say it with me. Restore. We declare that everything that is broken, lost, hurt, or destroyed that belongs to us and has been designed by God is restored. My faith is restored. My joy is restored. My mind is restored. Even my lost time is restored. I am no longer broken. The fact that I'm alive means I have another chance. My faith has restored me. And right now, his love is making me whole. Evangelize. Say it with me. We declare that God helped us so we can help somebody else. He loved me when I was unlovable. He changed me when I was a mess. His love lifted me when I was down. I'm not perfect, but I'm free. And anything that came for me can't keep me. Because I'm free, my circle is next. My family is saved. My friends are blessed. My plans are successful. My goals are ahead of schedule. And anything connected to me is blessed, just like me. Hope, say it with me. We declare that God helped us. We declare that everything that is missing is not lost. In Jesus, I have hope. And this hope makes me confident. It doesn't matter what happens to me or around me. I'm going to win. My relationships are winning. My goals are winning. My family is winning. My neighbor is winning. This city will win, and my row has the victory. My past is defeated, and my future is brighter today than it was yesterday. Alternatives. Say it with me. We declare that God made us different. I'm a royal child, the light of the world, and the hope of my city. I respect the past, but I don't look like what I've been through. I love the church, and my life is balanced. I love coming to church, but I like flights, boats, and vacations. My whole life is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower. And every place I go belongs to me. Breakthrough. Say it with me. We declare that God has a breakthrough with our name on it. I have some challenges, but I am not defeated. No weapon formed against me can prosper. And I know that all things are working for my good. Things are not breaking down. They are about to break through. There is a breakthrough in my career. There is a breakthrough in my home. There is a breakthrough in my health. There is a breakthrough in my finances. I am here on purpose, for a purpose, and everything that went wrong is getting ready to turn around. Did you share that with me? If you made that declaration with me on today, and I know it's cold outside, but if you made that declaration with me on today, I want you to type in the comments really quickly. It's going to get better. Hurry. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. As you tag somebody and invite somebody to tune in this morning, I want you to type in the comments now. It's going to get better. I need you to encourage yourself and tell yourself this until you believe it. It's going to get better. The things concerning your life, in every area of your life, God's going to make some things better. And I want you to hold on to that today. I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to get distracted by what it looks like. I don't want you to get thrown off course because of the way things seem. I want you to be encouraged today. You've got to say it. You've got to type it like you believe it. And if you do, and it really connects with your spirit, I'm here to tell you, you ain't going to have to wait till tomorrow to see things change. You're not going to have to wait until next year for things to start moving. I'm here to tell you that as soon as this broadcast is over, you will begin to see the fruits of your life change for the better. Things turn for the better. Why? Because it starts with you. Change doesn't start with everybody else. Change has never started with anybody else. Change always starts with you. May not end with you, but it always starts with you. And so you've got to make that declaration today over your own life, and quit waiting for people to make the declaration for you. Quit waiting for people to give you the word that things are going to be okay. And you've got to learn how to walk in your own word and know that things are going to turn around for the better for you. It's going to get better is the word for today. And I want you to hold on to that and don't let go of that. Listen, have you invited somebody to church today? If you have not, I need you to hurry up and do this quickly. I've got a great word for you today, not a long one, but a great one. And I'm just excited to be with you today. And I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments, today's subject: don't mishandle your pain. Type it in the comments quickly. Don't mishandle your pain. I want you to type it in the comments really, really, really quickly. Yeah, I believe folks are asleep this morning. Sister Nick, don't mishandle your pain. I want you to type it in the comments quickly. Put it in the comments so that people that are tuned in, we take notes every single week, so that people that tune in later can see what we've discussed and can be prepared for the word that's coming. I'm going to be in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10 in the NIV. All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10 in the NIV. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10 in the NIV is where we're going to be. Don't mishandle your pain is what we're teaching today. And I'm excited to be able to share this with you. Listen, before I get into this really quickly, let me say this to you. And we are 99% there I've got to take that back, 95% there. I've got some things, hurdles that I need to try to cross today, particularly as it relates to things like installs. It's a very big deal for us. But if all clears well, hopefully we'll have an announcement tomorrow regarding us going back into the building and our hybrid format. We are looking at May the 15th. May the 15th. Go ahead and mark your calendar now. You should see an announcement hopefully tomorrow. If everything goes well today, we are having got to do some work on this afternoon. Been having some amazing conversations with our board. I have been so pleased with the conversations we've had over the last couple of weeks. They're just wonderful people to work with. And if all goes well, May 15th, we will be back in the building launching our hybrid schedule. I made you all a promise that we would not forsake this virtual format. This virtual format has been great to us in that we have been able to impact people from all over the place who really enjoy the way we teach God's word here. And so this format isn't going away. John Guns, Pastor John Guns, he pastors a church in Tallahassee, Florida, made a very poignant comment a couple of weeks ago that was really music to my ears, because oftentimes when you are blazing trails, people don't get it until after the fact. And a lot of this has something to do with you not necessarily having a household name or people not really knowing who you are. It's funny, I say things, people laugh. Other people say it, people may grab onto it. And that oftentimes has to come with people just knowing you and your name being built among people. That's something I've never had a desire to have. It happens when you do the work. But Pastor Gunn said something powerful. And he said that after this COVID environment, he said, we're going to see something interesting with churches. And that is that churches hopefully will have learned from the pandemic. Because the reality is, while everybody's in a rush to go outside, if churches do business the way they did before, when the newness of outside wears off, your attendance is going to return to what it was. Your perspective of the church is going to go right back to what it was. And so churches that will be on the cutting edge of the present and the future will also be churches that will be trailblazers in seeing things in a broad way, in seeing things in a futuristic way. God has not given me the largest church. God has not given me the biggest voice. But there is one thing that he has absolutely given me. He has given me the courage to be a trailblazer. I could really care less, honestly, about doing anything first as much as I care about doing everything effective. And so I cannot wait to see those of you that will be with us May the 15th. I want you to hold that date. Will be with us May the 15th. So we go back in the building and go into this hybrid schedule. We'll be explaining more about that in the weeks to come. But we cannot wait to see you May the 15th. And we'll be having a volunteer information session, April the 4th. I'll have more details about all of this really soon. April the 4th, it will be virtual because I've got people that are from everywhere that want to volunteer and serve. We've got virtual members that we now have to serve from Greensboro. And so rehab is not going to look the same. It's not going to operate the same. And I'm grateful for all of that. And so I want you to mark your calendars. April 4th, we'll have that information session. It'll be virtual. It'll be that evening. And we'll be sharing some areas of need that we have for those of you that might be interested in volunteering and helping serve as we open up May the 15th. And I'm doing it this way because, frankly, I shared the board, and the board has been so shared this with the board. They've been so supportive. Frankly, I don't know what I'll have May the 15th. I am treating this like a new launch. I don't know who's coming, who ain't. And frankly, that ain't my concern. My concern is that I continue the mission that is the Rehab Christian Center, and that is being the perfect place for imperfect people and sharing the word in a way to people that have been left out before that now get it and see Jesus through it. And so I'm excited, and I'm excited to see those of you that will be there that I have not seen in so long, and just grateful for your presence on this morning. Now, don't mishandle your pain. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10 in the NIV is where we are, right? 2 Corinthians, y'all are crazy. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10 in the new NIV, New International Version Bible. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6 through 10. I'm all tongue-tied. In the NIV is where we are today. And again, I want you to type that in the comments. Don't mishandle your pain. This is what we're going to talk about on today. Look at this. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6, NIV. Look at this. Verse 6 says, even if I should choose to boast, I would not be a fool, because I would be speaking the truth, but I refrain, so no one will think more of me than is warranted by what I do or say. Verse 7, or because of these surpassingly great revelations, therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times. Verse 8, I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. Verse 9, but he said, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Verse 10, that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Let's deal with this. And I want to give you a brief context before I really jump into this today, because I want you to understand this verse in the context of pain, and pain in the context of this verse, particularly as it relates to how God sees pain in our lives and how we should see pain in our lives. Because the reality is, I believe this. I want you to record this. It is pain that truly qualifies our purpose. Okay? It is pain that truly qualifies our purpose. It is pain that truly qualifies our purpose. If you're going to experience anything significant in your life, it's going to come with a price tag called pain. Listen to me. If you're going to experience anything truly significant in your life, it's going to come with a price tag called pain. There are no exceptions to this rule, right? Career, relationships, marriages, friendships, business ventures, doesn't matter. In any area of your life where you are going to experience something of significance, pain is the price tag that you got to pay. It's just the reality. Now, it's unfortunate, but what I've also discovered is that God then uses pain as the tender to determine if we are ready to really walk in that great purpose. Again, God really uses oftentimes pain as the tender to determine if we are really truly ready to walk in that purpose. And let's look at this from a very naturalistic perspective first. One of the rules of thumb that I have, I've had a lot of people reach out lately about marriage counseling and people wanting me to counsel them for marriage. And it's getting hot outside, and folks going to be back outside, and weddings will be back on the rise and things like that. Besides the fact that difficult times, struggle, failure can be one of the best teachers when it comes to relationships. One of the things that I've shared with people, and this is a rule. I don't have a Bible verse for this as much as I have probably just life experience, and that's this. I don't marry anybody who hasn't gone through a difficult season. Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you want to pay me. None of that matters to me. I don't marry anybody who has not gone through a difficult season. Any couple that has not experienced a difficult season or some level of pain in some season of their lives. I don't do it. The reason I don't do it is because how that couple manages pain and disappointment and letdown is really a good indicator of how they will deal with the days ahead. If we know this to be the case, I was sharing with somebody recently who was incredibly heartbroken by some disrespect that was leveled to them from one of their best friends. They thought it was a best friend. And I had a very good conversation with her and asked her just a couple of poignant questions. Number one, how long have you known the person? Less than a year. You known them less than a year, and they were your best friend? Yeah, they were one of my BFFs. So you've known them less than a year, and you've already labeled them as a BFF, right? So we got a number of things going on. Number one, you don't label nobody your friend, and you've known them your best friend, and you've known them less than a year. Now, I know in this social media society we live in, it's convenient for us to quickly label people. You my BFF, you my BFF. But you don't label anybody your best friend and you've known them less than a year. That's number one. Number two, it's okay to, if you label them a friend, there's nothing wrong with that. But there are levels to friendship. Why? The reason there are levels to friendship is because there are some people that you connect with, that you are friends with, that you are connected to, that you have had surface level experiences with. And there are other people you are connected to where you have had deep water, having to tread deep water experiences with. And the deeper the water you've treaded with certain friends, the greater the value, the significance of the friendship you will have with those people, right? We understand that in the context of friendship, right? If you haven't had an argument with a friend, and if y'all have not fallen out about something, it's impossible for you to call them a best friend, right? Why? Because it's your ability to bounce back from disagreement that oftentimes cements the connection you have with that person. So if we understand that in the natural context, let's try to understand that in the spiritual context. In the spiritual context, God then uses pain to qualify your purpose in the sense that he uses it to see if you can be trusted with what he wants to give you. I want to say this again slow. Feel like I'm talking over y'all's head. God uses pain to qualify, not only qualify your purpose, but to also see if you can be trusted with what he wants to give you. And the reality is, until you can pass some painful test, there are certain levels in God you will never experience. I want y'all to record this. Until you can pass some test, there are some levels in God you will never experience. Now, doesn't mean you won't enjoy God. Doesn't mean you won't experience God, right? It doesn't mean you won't get a chance to know who he is. It don't mean you won't get a chance to fellowship with him, right? But go back to the friend example. You'll be a friend of God. The difference between a friend of God, here we go, and a son or daughter of God is your ability to endure pain. Man, I feel like running around this house. Did y'all hear what I said? The difference between being a friend of God and a son of God, a daughter of God, being able to call him your daddy, is being able to endure pain. Why? Because when you can call him daddy, that means you have experienced him on a deeper level. See, coming to church is one thing. Everybody come to church, whether it's virtual as in person. Everybody come to church is a friend of God. Y'all friends. But if you're going to be a BFF with him, you're going to be a son or a daughter, you're going to be able to call him daddy, guess what? That requires a deeper level of intimacy with him, which means that oftentimes he wants to qualify your purpose by seeing if he can trust you with pain. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but somebody needs to hear today, and I want you to record this, that God is qualifying your purpose by trying to trust you with pain. God is qualifying your purpose by trusting you with pain. God's trying to be your BFF. And every time things get hard, you start running. And you don't realize he ain't going to throw you away. Y'all can still be friends, but y'all can't be BFFs. You can still live a decent life. Y'all don't like this. You can still live a decent life and accomplish great things in your career and accomplish great things in your business and accomplish great things in relationships. You can do all of that stuff. But there are higher levels you could achieve that will require a deeper relationship between you and pain. And if you want higher levels in him, you've got to develop a deeper relationship with pain. Y'all record that too. I'm dropping bombs on y'all. If you want a higher purpose in him, you've got to deepen your relationship with pain. Some of you don't need new friends. Some of you don't need new business customers or clients. Some of you don't need new BFFs. Some of you don't need to relocate. Some of you need to deepen your relationship with pain, because it is your tolerance for pain that, frankly, positions you to experience a greater purpose and level in God. I don't get it. I don't understand why, of all the things God could use to prove us, that he would choose pain. Of all the things in the world he would use to try to qualify us for a greater level of purpose, that he would use pain. But the reality is, you got to understand this, that if you want to go to higher levels in God, for every higher level of purpose you want to go to, there's a higher level of struggle and pain that comes with it. There's a higher level of strife that comes with it. There's a higher level of heartache that comes with all of that, right? And so I want to submit to you that when God is trying to take your life to deeper levels, when God's trying to take your business to deeper levels, when God's trying to take your relationships to deeper levels, when he sends pain, if you run from pain, you're also running from your purpose. Listen to me. If you run from the pain, you're also running from your purpose. Well, that don't make sense, Dr. Zeb, because I'm still being prosperous. My business still growing. I'm still, I still got great relationships, and that's great. I didn't say you wouldn't have a good life. I didn't say things wouldn't go okay for you. But my friends, listen to me. It's the difference between eating bologna and steak. Ain't no pain in frying some bologna. ain't no strife in pulling that band off that side of that bologna and cutting 4 sides in it or slits in it and putting it in the pan with some butter. Ain't no strife in that. Ain't no struggle to prepare that. Ain't no difficulty to prepare that. Oh, and let's go further. It ain't that expensive either. Y'all better catch this analogy. Catch it. Catch it. Right? Ain't no strife in none of that. Get bologna for about $3. Cut some slits on the side. Throw some butter in the pan. It's that simple. You got a meal. Ain't no strife in that. But if you want a well-cooked filet, nicely cooked filet, you have to season it. You're going to have to prepare it. You're going to have to make sure that your skillet, if you're going to make it, or your grill is prepared. I'll either grill mine or I'll put mine on one of my, what do you call those skillet things? It ain't coming. Cast iron skillets. And I prepare mine there, but it takes time. Oh, and it ain't cheap either. It's not cheap. And see, here's the problem. Many of you are settling for baloney lives and think you walking in your purpose. I didn't mean to bust y'all bubble, but listen to me. Many of you are settling for baloney lives and think you walking in your purpose. And I'm here to be the first one to tell you, you're not walking in your purpose if you're walking around here eating baloney and thinking that you are doing the great things that you could do. No, you're eating baloney. Mr. Carlos said, with chips and Kool-Aid. I couldn't have said it better. With chips, I don't care if they Utz chips. I don't care if it's the best chip. You got chips and a Capri Sun with a bologna sandwich, and you think you're walking in your purpose, and you're not. You're living. You're a friend of God. You're doing okay. But there are levels there. And see, this is what I've discovered. Y'all, I'm still in my introduction. We're going to get to the text real quick, and I'm going to have y'all off of here in 25 minutes. Listen to me. This is what I discovered, though. When you explain this in the context of pain, or the relationship rather, the relationship of pain to purpose, when you explain this to people, people will sometimes get offended. They'll get offended and they will hit you with, well, but I'm living an okay life. Or things are going well for me. I don't have no strife, no complaints. My bills are paid. My business is moving. My career is advancing. My relationships are solid. I don't have a need for greater. And listen to me. It brings me to this point that you got to hear loud and clear. God's purpose for your life has never been and never will be for you to be average. I want to say this again slow. God's purpose for your life, and I need you to record this is a lot, but I need you to record this today. God's purpose for your life has never been and never will be for you to be average. It's that simple. God's purpose. It might be your purpose. You might be okay with it. You might be good with it. But God's desire for your life was never for you to be average. Ever. And so if you are living an average life, listen to me. If you're living an average life, you're living it because you want to. Period. And that's in every area of your life. Elder Misty and I, hope you don't mind me, calling her out a little bit. Elder Misty and I, after the board meeting yesterday, we sat on the Zoom and we talked about another hour and just talk, handle some business first, but then just talk and just talked about just some things, man. And that conversation really blessed me more than what she would know, because, one of the things we talked about was exactly this. Like, I'm just amazed at people who get so comfortable being average. Like, some of y'all really think average is the wave, and it ain't nothing cute about a C. And let me just explain it as an educator. Let me put this in terms that make sense for me so I can make it make sense for you. Ain't nothing cute about making C's. My daddy, first Black superintendent of Martinsville City Schools. He is the state chair of the superintendents for the state of Virginia. Daddy got a lot of weight. That has always been heavy in education. We got grounded for C's. Literally, we would be on punishment if we got a C. And some of y'all buy your kids Jordans when they make C's. We got punishment. We couldn't even make C's. And one time I got cute. I think it was in 9th grade. I made a C in health. And I remember being on punishment for making a C in health. It just wasn't no excuse for it. But, one of the things that he and my mother really impressed on me through just academics is everybody can make a C. I tell my kids in higher ed at the university, if you look at most, university rubrics, most syllabus for college students, if you just come to class and turn in your assignment, you can get a C. I mean, you can get a C for showing up, right? Mr. Carlos played ball under my dad. We both played ball together. My dad coached us 7th and 8th grade. We ran for C's, suicides, laps. He didn't play that stuff. Why? Because everybody who shows up can get a C. A C just means you average. And I got to challenge your mentality. Before I break down what Paul went through, I need you to understand what you should not be. And that is, I got to challenge your mentality to understand that it ain't nothing okay about being average. If your business is average, I would be working harder. If your career is average, I'd be gaining more skills so you can get a better job. If your relationships are average, I'd be getting new ones. Y'all don't like the way I'm teaching. Ain't nothing cute about having a bunch of average stuff in your life. Nothing. And see, I get it. I get it because y'all talk, they going in about C's on Instagram. I get it. Listen, I failed chemistry too. I got an F in chemistry too at Radford undergrad, and I had to go summer school that summer anyway. And chemistry, I ended up taking that again. I got a C in that class and ran out of there like I had 100. And I never seen another chemistry class a day in my life, and I never will. So I get it, but ain't nothing cute about average. And we've got to get this, y'all. If you are settling for anything in your life that's average, if you are okay with anything in your life that's average, you are settling, folks. You are not walking in your purpose. You are not walking in the plan, the real plan God has for your life. And yeah, you a friend of God. You're not no BFF. You're not walking in your purpose. I don't care who don't like this. I really could care less. Y'all listen to me. And don't tell me. I hear you. Well, Doc said, what if a C is all I can do? If it's the best that I can do, then somebody got to be lying. What you mean somebody got to be lying? Let me give you Bible. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly. Here we go. Above all that you could ask, here we go, or think. Which means if you think you're capable of a C, and that's the best you can do, and I'm talking about a C in your relationship, C in your business, C in your education, C in your whatever. If you think the C is the best you can do, and the word just told you that he can do exceedingly abundantly above what you can think, somebody got to be lying. Y'all not listening to me? 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 And see, that's just it. Folks telling me we're going to discuss these things. No, we're not. This is not up for debate. And see, the crazy thing is, while I know we're poking fun and making jest here in some ways, the crazy thing is many people, in all seriousness, right? When we talk about how your careers are and how your lives are, how your purpose is, how your relationships are, many people really do operate with that same kind of mentality. Like, this is the best I can do. So you settle for jobs because you say, based on my education and my experience, this is the best I can do. You settle in school. Hey, I don't come from a family of educators. I'm not great in math and science, whatever. I'm just here to get this paper. This is the best I can do. So you settle for enough just to get through the program. Some of y'all are great for this in relationships. You start looking at stuff that don't matter. I'm getting old. I got a couple kids. Got all these things working against me. I might be body count challenged, whatever. I got all these things working against. No, and what I got is the best I can get. And so what do? You settle. You start living a C life, and it becomes a somewhat blessed life. You blessed, things are okay, your bills are paid, you're doing all right, but you're not living an abundant life. And God wants you to live a life of abundance. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who get mad about it. I don't care who got something to say about it. I don't care who poke out their mouth about it. I could really care less about it. God wants you to live an abundant life, and I mean that. Sister Michelle, I'm gonna hurt you. He wants you to live an abundant life in every area of your life. Not just financially. We hear abundance and we just think finances. Abundance is more than finance. Abundance is about having more than enough, or the absolute best that's out there. So ask yourself, when it comes to your career, do you have more than enough? Do you have the best that's out there? When it comes to your relationships, do you have more than enough? Do you have the best that's out there? Y'all don't like this. When it comes to your finances, do you have more than enough? You have the best that's out there. When it comes to your business endeavors, do you have more than enough? Do you have the best that's out there? Listen to me. If the answer to those questions are no, you're not living an abundant life. And God wants that for you. All right? Now, I want you to record this. Record this. Pain is often a byproduct of gifts and purpose. I'm going to explain this. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler tomorrow. Pain is often a byproduct of your gifts and purpose. Pain is often a byproduct of your gifts and purpose. Okay? Pain is often a byproduct of your gifts and purpose, meaning the greater your gifts, the greater your purpose, the greater the expectation for pain. I'll say that again. The greater your gifts, the greater your purpose, the greater your expectation should be for pain. In other words, you should expect deeper levels of pain when you have big gifts, when you have great purpose. When you have big gifts, when you have big purpose, you should expect big pain. Facebook is real quiet. The comments are slow on Facebook today. They must be really digesting the word. You hear what I'm saying? The greater your gifts, the greater your purpose, the greater your pain. And I like that, Sister Michelle, because she says, to whom much is given, right? We hear that and we think about that in the context of responsibility, right? To whom much is given, much is required. And that's true. But what is also required is pain. Because when God is giving you a lot of gifts, let me tell you something from personal experience. When God is giving you a lot of gifts, God also expects you to receive a lot of pain. When God is giving you a lot of purpose, he also expects you to be able to endure a lot of pain, because it comes with that territory. It comes with that territory. And so we cannot just express God. How can I word this? We cannot just express our responsibility to God in the context of things without expressing our responsibility to God in the context of pain. God, that was good. We cannot. Y'all, I wish I was a better teacher. I apologize. We cannot express our responsibility to God just in the context of purpose without also expressing our responsibility to God in the context of pain. Right? We understand it in the context of things he gives to us, but people struggle to understand it in the context of the pain that we go through, because with that purpose he drops on your life, he also drops responsibility. He also drops pain. He also drops difficult moments. He also drops difficult seasons. He expects you to be able to handle more because he's going to give you more. Y'all need to be recording this. Come on. He expects you to be able to handle more because he's going to give you more. And because he's going to give you more, because you have handled more and he gives you more, don't let nobody make you feel some kind of way for having more. Y'all, I feel like I'm talking. These alliterations are killing y'all. I want to say this again. Because he gives you more and expects you to handle more, don't let nobody make you feel bad for having more. Because God gives you more to take, more pain to endure, because he expects you to be able to handle more pain because he's giving you more. Don't let nobody make you feel bad because you got more. Y'all, Missy and I were talking yesterday, and I said to her, we were talking, and I said, man, I just don't know. There are people who were comfortable with you when you played small and did not realize the pain you endured to become who you became, and still expect you to play small to make them feel comfortable. And for all of y'all that's living like that, I feel bad for you. Ain't no need of you playing small to make other people feel comfortable about who you are, when what they don't realize is you went through pain and hell and torment to become who you are. And because you did, you have every right to be okay with everything you got. Y'all stop letting people make you feel bad about what you got. That's all I'm trying to say. Stop letting people make you feel bad about how you came up. Let me help some of y'all. Y'all ready for this? Let me help some of y'all. You're gonna know you arrived. You're gonna know you've arrived when the best thing people can say about you is that they remember what you used to have. When they remember who you used to be. When they remember how you started. You're going to know you arrived when, instead of people giving you credit for where you are, they start pulling up where you started. I quit. I feel like screaming. You're going to know you've arrived when the best people can offer you is when they start bringing up where you started. She got customers now, but child, I remember when she was on Instagram begging for customers. I remember when she was begging people to be a part of the business. I remember when she was begging people to buy products. I remember, child, she married now, but I remember, child, when she was for the streets. He was for the streets. He got a wife now, but I remember when he was for the streets and couldn't get nobody. When folks start talking like that, it's a sign you have arrived. When the best people can do is bring up where you started, you have officially arrived. And I love it. I told her, Missy, I said, I don't know who coming May 15th. You know, that's still far. I don't know who coming, but I do know one thing. It's going to be a whole lot of uncomfortable people in the room. Unless you grew. It's going to be a lot of uncomfortable people in the room. Why? Because I'm in a place in my life where, don't taunt me, Nikki, because I'll go there. I'm just in a place in my life where I refuse to minimize what God has done through me so that you can be comfortable. I'm not doing it. I'm not minimizing what God's done for me so you can be comfortable. And that go for everybody in my life. And you ought to have the same attitude concerning your life. Y'all stop playing small for these folks. Y'all stop hiding your car so folk won't talk about what you're driving. Y'all don't like this. I'm about to get in trouble. I don't care. Stop hiding your car so folk won't talk about what you're driving. Stop hiding your house so folk won't talk about what you live in. Stop walking around and not showing folk the bottom of your red bottoms so they won't talk about the shoes that you bought. It's not only canceled. Playing small is not only canceled, it's old. It's tired. It's tired. I'm just telling y'all. Michelle said, I'm a ball in public. That's why I like you, Sister Nikki. That's why I like you. In your faith, you ain't gotta like it, and I ain't gonna be arrogant about it. But the days of reeling myself in, so y'all good, that's the past. That's the past. And I ain't gotta brag about it, but I'm gonna be confident in what God gave me. This is where Paul was in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, right? And I know this was a very long introduction. I'm going to hit these verses quickly and I'm done. But this is where Paul was in his introduction, because the reality is this. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 6, NIV, Paul says, even if I chose to boast, I wouldn't be a fool, because I'd be speaking the truth. In other words, Paul said, I got every reason to brag. I've accomplished stuff. I have done things. I've got things that I've accomplished. But look at this in verse 6. He says, but I refrain, so no one will think more of me than is warranted by what I say or do. He says, I don't brag. Watch this. I don't brag, not because I ain't got something to brag about. I don't brag so that people don't give me credit for what I got. And so you're going to know you got God for real. Watch. When you're not bragging, not because you ain't got a reason to brag, but you're not bragging because you don't want the attention on you, because you know that the favor on your life really belongs to God. You know the favor really belongs to God. You know the accolades really belongs to God. You know the accomplishments really belong to God. And it's crazy. All you doing is just living in your blessings, and people think that's bragging. No, that ain't. I could brag. I got a lot to brag about. I could brag, but I don't. Because I don't want people to get it twisted. I don't want people to think more of me and think I did this. I want people to understand that it wasn't me that did what I did. It was really God through me that made this thing happen. Y'all, I feel like running out of here. Listen, this is spiritual maturity, man. When God has blessed you and you can point back to the one who blessed you as the reason why you blessed, that's when you keep getting blessed. I'm going to say it again slow. I wish I could say it in Spanish. When God blesses you and you point back to the one who blessed you, that is the formula for him to continue to bless you. Why? Because you're not taking credit. You're not taking credit. And here's the crazy thing. Watch this. The crazy thing about this is he does it in spite of you. Because what I didn't read is about all Paul's foolishness. Who did we talk about the last couple of weeks? This is really about to make some people mad now. Watch this. Who did we talk about the last couple of weeks? Do y'all remember? Didn't I do a series called Blame It on My Past? Who are we talking about? We were talking about a gentleman by the name of Saul. Remember? Remember that? We were talking about the same person who right now is talking about he got a reason to brag, right? We were talking about Saul, whose name was converted to Paul, When he's on Damascus, he's blinded by God. He's a killer of Christians. He got a crazy past, and God uses him. And now he's writing this verse saying, listen, I got reasons to brag. So let me ask y'all a question. How could the same person with a dirty past then turn around and have a reason to brag? Let me give you the answer. Only God can take you with your messed up past, bless you, and still give you a reason to talk junk. Man, I quit. I quit. I wish I was a better teacher. I wish I was a better teacher. Maybe I'm not a good teacher. I wish I was. Wish I was a better teacher. Did y'all hear what I said? Only God can take your raggedy past, bless you, and then still position you to say, I could brag about what I got. Only God can do that. Only God can do that. And see, this really hits home for many of y'all, because the same people who remember where you started, the same people who see your accomplishments today, and the best commentary they have to offer is remembering where you started, are also the same people who might have a wind of where you've been, who might have a wind of your past, who might have a wind of your past flaws and failures. And so just imagine how much it confuses people to know that not only are you blessed based on where you started, man, I quit. Not only are you blessed based on where you started, but you blessed in spite of your past. I wish I was a better teacher. Listen to me. It's going to confuse people to see that not only are you blessed, regardless of where you started, you blessed in spite of your past. And that really agitates some people. Some people really get mad knowing that you really should not have it going on the way you do, based on what you did, based on what you've done. You had a past just like Saul. And here you are bragging about what you did, bragging about where you've been, bragging about what you've done. Why? Because only God can take somebody with a messed up past and do something amazing in your life. Y'all, stop minimizing your past. Put it in the comments quickly. Stop minimizing your past. I don't care if it's been ugly. I don't care if it's parts of your past you don't like. I don't care if it's parts of your past you ashamed of. We all, listen to me. You ain't never heard somebody teach this candidly from a church. We all have parts of our past we ain't proud of. Every single last one of us. But y'all stop minimizing your past. Stop it. Don't minimize your past. Don't minimize the stuff you've done. Don't minimize. Now, listen, here's the flip side. It doesn't mean you have to go out here and broadcast it to everybody. How you share your past is your business. Because there's two sides. There's two schools of thought on this. There's a school of thought that says, shut up, and that's your call. There's a school of thought that says we are overcome by the word of our testimonies. Meaning there's some people that hear about your past and it gives them hope about their future. Why? Because they have a past just like yours. So I don't believe you have to shut up about your past. I don't believe that, right? I believe God will give you wisdom in how you share your past, what context you share your past, and where you share your past, or who you share your past with. But y'all stop minimizing your past, man, and stop letting people make you feel some kind of way about your past. Because it'll be them same people that'll see you blessed now, and then you'll be looking at them and be like, look, I got a reason to brag, but I ain't. Okay, I've discovered in my life, and I'm going to get back to the text really quickly, walk through 7 through 10, and I'm done. But I've discovered in my life this one very true fact, that the things that I do say about my life don't compare to the things I could say. Can anybody relate to that? The things that I say about my life, I'm being honest with you, whether it's good things or it's bad things. The things that I share with y'all don't even compare to the stuff that I don't share. The story you heard don't even compare to the story that is. So people be wondering, listen, y'all, listen to me. People be wondering how you are as blessed as you are. But what they don't realize is the story they know doesn't compare to the story that is. The story they heard don't compare to the story that is. Y'all be leaving out details, man. Y'all be leaving out details. The struggles you heard about people normally don't compare to the struggles that really were with people. Y'all be leaving out details. And really, it's the details that solidify the purpose, because the greater pain is typically in the details. Y'all don't like the way I'm talking today. Y'all be leaving out details, man. It don't compare to what it is. So my thing is, if you want to tell a story, you need to get details right. And some of you have endured in this last season of your life. You have endured things in your life that you thought were accidental, that you thought had no merit or purpose, only to discover in this new season that you're going in that everything you literally endured had a story attached to it for a greater level of purpose. Greater level of purpose. Y'all be sitting back in amazement at how people are successful. I use my friend, Miss Nikki Watson, all the time. Great member supporter here all the time as a great example. Y'all, people see her success, but do you really know her story? Like, the success is one thing. When you hear people's story, then the success makes sense. Because the only way somebody could be blessed like that is to have a past like that. I quit. Verse number 7. Some of y'all got the same testimony. The only reason you can be as blessed as you are is because you got a past the way you got it. And people don't get all of that. They see the lights, they see the shininess, they see the posts, they see the smiles, they see all of this and all of that. They see people gravitating to you. They see things happening for you. They see things moving for you. Boy, they don't even know the price you paid just to get half of that. They don't even understand it. Okay, look at this. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. I got to go through 7 through 10 real quick. I'm over time. Real quick. Look at this. Verse 7. Or because of these surpassingly great revelations, therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, here we go, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. So Paul said, I could have boasted, but I didn't, because I didn't want the attention to be on me or make it be about me. So in order, and it was because of all of these great revelations God gave me, right? So he went from being a Christian killer to having all of these great revelations, writing most of these books in the Bible. And he said, God gave me all these revelations, but, I did not, want to become conceited. And so in order to not become conceited or full of myself, God gave me a thorn in the flesh. He gave me a struggle. He gave me a struggle to keep me humble and to keep me close to him. Show me a person with a purpose, and I'll show you somebody who's got a struggle. This ain't for everybody. This comment ain't for everybody. So everybody ain't gonna be able to type this, but I need you to type this. For every purpose you have, there's a struggle that goes with it. This ain't gonna be for the perfect people. All you perfect people, just slide back. Don't type nothing. But for all of you less than perfect people like me, I want you to put it in the comments. For every purpose you have, there is also a struggle. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care how much of an impact you have. I don't care how many people know you. I don't care what family you came from. I don't care what your last name is. I don't care where you grew up. I don't care how you grew up. None of that stuff matters to me. I'm here to tell you, when you got a real purpose on your life, you also got a real struggle. And I have yet to meet a person who has a significant purpose who also don't have significant struggles. I have yet to meet a person who does not have a significant purpose, and with that significant purpose also got significant struggles. It comes with it. And so, look at this, verse 8. Look at what Paul said in verse 8. 3 times I pleaded with God, take it away from me. Look at verse 9. But he said, my grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in weakness. Look at this. When you got a purpose on your life, you're going to have a struggle that accommodates that purpose. And that struggle ain't designed to kill your purpose. That struggle is designed to keep you connected to God. And through the struggle that God gives you with your purpose, it is your connection with God that keeps you humble, that keeps you grounded. But here we go, that keeps you powerful. And this verse explains how people with a struggle can still operate in their purpose. I just feel like I'm preaching to myself now. Y'all just forgive me. This is how people with a struggle can move in their purpose. It makes sense because it is the struggle, if you manage it right, that should keep you humble. See, listen, let me say it like this. Thank you so much, Miss Destiny. I appreciate you. That means more than what you would ever believe. I've never met you a day in my life, but that means a lot to me. Let me say this to y'all. Let me just say it this way. This is why I would not pay $2. I wouldn't give 2 cents for anybody who walks around here who got a purpose, but they also got a struggle and they arrogant. Let me tell you a deadly combination. Purpose, struggle, and arrogance. Purpose, struggle, and arrogance is a deadly combination. Listen to me. Purpose, arrogance, and struggle is a dangerous thing. Why? Because if God gave you purpose and he gave you a struggle with the purpose, but still gave you the ability to function in your purpose with your struggle, you would be a fool to be walking around here arrogant. Y'all, I quit, man. I wish I could teach better. I really wish I could teach this better. Y'all, I wish I was a better teacher. I wish I was a better preacher, because I'm failing today. I'm clearly failing today. Are y'all listening to me? Purpose, struggle, and arrogance, deadly. Deadly. Dr. said, why you so humble? Because, man, I got purpose, but I got some problems too. Dr. said, why you don't feel like, why you walk in humility? Because I got great purpose. I've done some things. I've accomplished some things, but I got some struggles that go with all of that. Are y'all listening to me? Are y'all listening to me? And so I don't get people who have the audacity to walk around. You got a whole purpose on your life. And you got problems too, and God still lets you function in it, and you still rude and don't want to speak to people. You still arrogant and don't want to deal with people. You still bougie and acting like you better than everybody else. Really? See, we're going to talk a little bit about this when the building opened, right? Because I'm which elder, you took the words out of me. See, it'd be the audacity for me. It'd be the rudeness for me. It'd just be the ignorance for me. I'm going to be shocked if after this pandemic ends, whenever it ends, by the way. Of course, you know there's another wave coming and will continue to be waves. I was telling the board, we were laughing about this yesterday. I wouldn't be shocked if we end up in mask again in another mandate. Just, I don't think we're in the clear yet, but whatever. We can't control that. But after all of this pandemic and all this change, life change that many of y'all have gone through, and some of y'all are thriving, your businesses are thriving, your relationships are thriving, things are going well for you. And with all of this turmoil around you, things are going well with you. You got a purpose and you've been less than faithful. You've been imperfect. You prayed to God when you wanted to. Oh, y'all don't like this. Oh, it's going to get real quiet on the chat now. You prayed to God when you wanted to. You served him when you wanted to. You've sown into him when you wanted to. You've done all of this stuff when you wanted to. And God still lets you operate in your purpose and live well. And you have the audacity to think you're better than somebody else. You have the audacity to think that sometimes your stuff don't stink. Huh? You have you served, you were half-hearted in the way you gave to him, served to him, prayed to him. You were half-hearted in all of that. He still let your purpose thrive, and he still let you have flaws. And you were still successful. And you mean tell me you can't speak to people? I love it. I just don't understand. I just don't understand the audacity of people, the nerve, the gall of people to have accomplished hardly nothing. And yet, even with your small accomplishments and purpose and all your flaws, you're still able to make a living. You're still able to take care of yourself. You're still able to do all these things. And you still rude. You still arrogant. You still high-minded. See, yeah, I know. We talk about the big sins, right? Smashing folks, smoking. Yeah, you talk about the stuff that's convenient for you. But being high-minded is a problem too. Being arrogant when you flawed is a problem too. Being rude when you flawed is a problem too. Thinking you better than everybody else when you got problems like everybody else is a flaw too. Look at this. Verse 10, and I'm done. That is why, for Christ's sake, Paul says, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. Here we go. For when I am weak, then I am strong. So Paul says, I actually gravitate, I embrace, is probably the English vernacular for today that would make this make sense. Paul says, I embrace weakness. I embrace insults. I embrace struggles. I embrace hardships because I understand that when I embrace the pain, that's when God gets stronger. When I embrace struggle, that's when God gets stronger. When I embrace it, not be arrogant about it, not be rude about it. Lord knows, not lie about it. Some of y'all walking around lying still. In 2022, you still lying, telling folk you don't do stuff and that you ain't got struggles and that you ain't got problems. And I'm amazed that in 2022, some of y'all still walking around, going to these churches and walking in churches, acting like you ain't got no problems, trying to impress people who really could care less about you. Y'all stop. Stop. We all know you got problems. And if you can't identify one, lying is one of them. Stop. Paul gives you the blueprint. He says, the way you manage pain, the way you manage struggle, the way you manage heartache is not mishandling it, it's embracing it. It's embracing struggle. It's embracing pain. It's embracing heartache. It's embracing difficulty. Because in your embracing of it, that's when you begin to see God really work strong things, great things in your life. That's how it works. But it ain't about being arrogant and rude. It ain't about running from the pain and pouting about the pain. Listen, I'm not suggesting that pain is easy. Pain is not easy. Anybody that tells you that having great purpose in your life and having pain is easy is lying to you. It's not easy. It's not easy to have a life that's filled with purpose. It's not easy to have a life that's filled with all kinds of promise and great expectation and great accomplishment, but also have struggles. That's not it. It's not easy. So I'm not going to sit up here and make it like it is easy. It's not. Anybody tells you that is lying to you, or they have not tapped into their BFF God potential, meaning they're just doing mediocre things and ain't doing great things. Baby, when you get off the baloney, when you get off the baloney and start eating steak, when your purpose leaves the baloney area and gets into steak territory, it's not easy. Because the greater the purpose, the greater the challenge, the greater the pain, the greater the struggle that come with it. I'll share this with you, and I close here. Miss and I were laughing and talking yesterday just some things she and I was sharing with her personally, some things with her. And, I told her, I'm just not ignorant of where God has my life right now. I'm not. Yeah, great things are happening, but with that comes great challenge. And I mean, great challenges. You hear what I'm saying? Great challenges. You can't be ignorant to the challenges that come with greater levels of purpose in your life. But it is how you embrace the pain. It is how you handle the pain that determines the outcome and, frankly, the successes you will experience in your life. You got to handle it in a great way. Great pain requires great handling of pain, right? Great purpose with great pain requires great handling of all of those things. And when you learn, I like that, Sister Nikki, when you learn to embrace the pain well and handle it well, that's when God literally breaks the dam on your blessings. Like the dam breaks and it overflows, and blessings begin to not only hit you, they begin to overtake you. They really do. Okay? This bless anybody today? Huh? Did this message bless anybody today? I hope it did. I'm telling y'all, you can't mishandle your pain in this season. Some of you are getting the pain before you get the purpose, and you wondering why you getting the pain, but you don't even realize that the pain is the preview to the purpose. Sometimes God doesn't send the purpose before the pain. Sometimes he sends the pain before the purpose. So sometimes he sends the hard times before he sends the great times. Sometimes he sends the difficult moments before he sends the awesome seasons, right? So don't get caught up in the order, because if you get caught up in the order, you'll miss God. Sometimes he reverses the order and literally sends you the pain before he sends you the great seasons of purpose and success you will experience. And I'm telling y'all, many of you have endured pain and you didn't mishandle it. You didn't take it personal. You didn't think it was just about you. You didn't think that God was picking you out, picking on you, single-handedly just doing stuff to you to hurt you or harm you. But you realized that the pain was connected to a greater level that he's trying to take you. And because you did, you're getting ready to walk into one of the greatest seasons of your life. I want you to type that in the comments before you type in your prayer request quickly. I want you to put it in the comments like you believe it, and type it like you believe it. I want you to put in the comments right now. I'm getting ready to walk into the greatest season of my life. Quickly. Come on. I'm getting ready to walk. I'm getting ready to walk into the greatest season of my life. Come on, do it quickly. I'm getting ready to walk into the greatest season of my life. Quickly, type it in the comments. It might not be for everybody. This was for me today. I'm getting ready to walk into the greatest season of my life. And I want you to type that like you believe it. Because I'm telling you, right now, many of you are typing this and all you see is pain. Many of you are typing this and all you see is hard times. Many of you are typing this and all you see is difficult moments. All you see is uncertainty. All you see is things not making sense. And I'm telling you, you're literally getting ready to walk into the greatest season of your life. And we know this because you are not going to put arrogance in the same equation with purpose and struggle. Your equation will be purpose, struggle, and humility. Purpose, struggle, and honor to God. Purpose, struggle, and credit back to God. And when you do that, I'm telling you, you're about to walk in the greatest season of your life. I believe that for you today. Listen, y'all, I want to pray with you. You got a prayer request? I want you to type it in the comments quickly. Every morning, 4:40 in the morning, while you're sleeping, snoring, doing all of those things, at 4:40 in the morning, I get up and I pray over your prayer requests. So on Sundays, I'll go back, I'll go through all of our networks, and sometimes I'll listen to the message. Other times I'll just fast forward to the end, and I will look at your prayer requests because I want to ingrain your prayer requests in my spirit so that every single day this week, somebody is praying over your request. If you've got a prayer request, if you've got something you want me to pray for today, I want you to type it in the comments quickly. If you've got a prayer request that is too personal, maybe it's got details that you don't want the public to see, you can email your prayer requests to info@rehabcc.org. No, it ain't no charge or fee. You can email your prayer request to info@rehabcc.org and put in the subject line prayer request. And that prayer request email will get routed to my email address. We will read it and respond to your prayer request. I believe in the power of prayer. Somebody prayed for me one day. Somebody prayed for you one day. And I want you to lift in or record your prayer request so that God can continue to bless you. Good. I see them flowing in, y'all. They're flowing in so fast, I can't even read them. Wow, I was going to try to read some. Y'all rolling today. I love it. Good. Just so many prayer requests. I see so many things. Prayers for strength and faith and wisdom, discernment. I love that. Protection over family, myself and children. Absolutely. A healthy pregnancy. I'm praying for you, my friend. So blessed to have you with us and tuning in with us this year. Healthy pregnancy for you. Prayers for your family, your daughter, for me. So many of you praying for me. Thank you so much. I'm praying for all of you. I love these prayer requests today. Just load it down today. Praying for clemency. I love that. Clemency. I'm praying for this. I'm praying for those of you. Expungement. Those of you that have had to deal with the judicial system. That God would make a way for you concerning your past so it doesn't impact your future. We're praying for all of these things. And we know God is able to do it. Listen, y'all, I want you to connect your hands. Put your hands together like this, as if we are holding hands. I want you to put your hands together like this, as if we are holding hands. Man, I gave y'all the boo grip, didn't I? As if we are holding hands. I want you to connect your hands just like this, a sign and symbol of faith, as if we are touching and agreeing, because we're getting ready to pray right now on this broadcast. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for your situation, your circumstance, everything concerning you, that God would continue to bless you and keep you, bless your family, do amazing things for you as you continue to do the best you can to be the best version of who you've been designed to be. Let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, I thank you today for your word. Thank you for this time of sharing you've given us. I pray something was said that has encouraged somebody, convicted somebody, challenged somebody to be the best version of them. I pray, God, that through this word on handling our pain, we might be better positioned to see the connection between pain and purpose. Help us to realize, God, that things don't happen to us, they happen through us. That you've allowed things to happen in our lives to better position us to be everything you called us to be, everything you've designed us to be, and more. Now, God, for every prayer request that's been typed in the comments, that's been emailed to our inbox, that might be typed in through the replay, that might be emailed through the replay, we lift these prayer requests up to you. Not just today, but all week long, God, that you would answer the prayers of your people, that you would make ways as only you can, that you would open doors as only you can, that you would meet needs as only you can. We thank you, God, because we know that this week is going to be a tremendous week filled with miracles, filled with open doors, filled with new opportunities, filled with unexpected blessings from unexpected sources. We know that this is going to be a week of overflow. And I ask now that you would answer the prayers of your people, that you would answer those prayers for healing, scholarship, family, friends, career, relationships, any prayer request that's been lifted, siblings, any prayer request that's been lifted up to you. We ask that you would answer those prayers. But most importantly, that you would position us to trust you while we wait on you. And that you would position us to have a good attitude and a good demeanor while we wait on you to answer these prayers. And we know that you will not only answer them, but we know that you will do exceeding and abundant above all that we could ask or think, because we believe in you. We thank you for these things, and we count them done. In Jesus' name, amen. Do me a favor. If you prayed this prayer of faith, I want you to type in the comments right now, it is so. It is so. Quickly. It is so. If you just prayed with me, I want you to type in the comments right now, it is so. It is so. Every time you say amen, you're simply saying it is so. You're saying it is done. You're saying it is well. You're saying I believe it, right? It is so. Type it quickly. It is so. It is so. It is so. You've got to type that, because I need you to confirm and seal the prayer that you just prayed. I need you to confirm and seal the prayer that I just prayed. 2 or 3, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, he says, I'll be in the midst. So I need you to seal this prayer today, because I believe that God is going to answer your prayer, and not just answer it, but he's going to answer it in God's style, in God fashion as only he can. Listen, if you want to be saved, if you want to dedicate your life to Christ today, if you want to be dedicate your life to Christ, I want you to stop what you're doing. I need you to understand this. Romans 10:9 tells us that if we confess with our mouths, if we believe in our hearts that Jesus Christ did what he did for us, we are saved. It's that simple. Salvation is really just a matter of confession. It's a matter of saying that we serve a God that's greater than our habits, that's greater than our flaws, that's greater than our failures. We serve a God that was born for us, that was born of a virgin, that lived on this earth, that died for our sins so that we might have better lives. If you want to be saved, I want you to stop what you're doing. If you're at brunch, I want you to put down the bacon. If you're laying in the bed, I want you to raise up in the bed. If you're in the swimming pool, I want you to walk over to the side. I want to get your undivided attention, because if you want to be saved, I need you to repeat this prayer of faith right where you are. And on this virtual broadcast, God wants to save you right where you are. Say this with me. I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. I have some flaws, and I even have some failures. But I do believe that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin. He lived on this earth just like I'm living. But he suffered, bled, and died on the cross. And then 3 days later, rose again for my sins. Because he lives, I can live, and I am saved. My friends, if you prayed that prayer of faith with me, I want to welcome you to the royal family of Jesus Christ. Do me a favor. If you gave your life to Christ today, I want you to type in the comments, #salvation. Would you do that for me? I want you to type in the comments right now, #salvation. If you gave your life to Christ today, I want you to type that in the comments. Why? We're not trying to embarrass you. We don't want to do any of those things. What we want to do is celebrate with you. Why? Because the Bible says heaven rejoices when someone gives their soul over to him. I don't care what condition you're in. If you prayed that prayer today, God literally saved you right where you are. God literally changed your life right where you are. And man, I'm excited. Listen, y'all, I don't know what's going on in other networks, but Instagram is on fire. We've got so many people on Instagram that have dedicated their life to Christ today, that have said, listen, I want to be saved today. And I want you to know that if you made that decision, God, we are all rejoicing with you. Why? Because we found out at COVID, y'all, that you didn't have to be in a building to give your life to Christ. We found out in COVID that you didn't have to be in a building to dedicate your life to Christ. And so I'm excited for all of you through this broadcast today that have dedicated your life to Christ. Now, do me a favor. I want you to go find you a church home somewhere. I don't care where you live. The churches are starting to open back up. Many of them have opened up. We're one of the few ones of the last one. There's still a few that are still in this virtual space. but we're one of the few churches that have not fully, opened up yet. Go find you a church home somewhere so you can be a part of that ministry, so that you can dedicate your time, talent, and treasures to that ministry. Go find that ministry and be a part of that ministry. Why? Because you need to continue to develop your faith somewhere. All right. I only have one ask. Make sure it is a Bible teaching, Bible preaching, Bible believing church. That's a nice church. You don't need to be in a church filled with mean, nasty church people. All right. Get you a church that is filled with people that you can continue to grow and develop and mature around, so that God can continue to bless you. Maybe you're listening in today and you want to be a part of this ministry. Maybe you've never heard teaching like this. You've never heard God's word explained in a way that makes sense, that you can easily apply to your life, and you want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center. One of the beautiful things about COVID is that it has really opened us up to become a hybrid ministry, meaning we not only have in-person members, we have virtual members, people who have never even set foot in our building, who are a part of the Rehab Christian Center community. And we're grateful that as we go into this hybrid model, we're going to be able to do things like online new members classes and be able to engage you from a satellite perspective, so that you can continue to grow with us and we can grow together as a community. If you want to be a part of the Rehab Christian Center, all you got to do is type in the comments now, #membership. If you type that in the comments, one of our moderators will reach out to you, and we will be more than happy to get some information from you and make sure that we sign you up to be a part of not the largest church on the planet, not the loudest church on the planet, but by far the nicest church you will have ever experienced in your life, the Rehab Christian Center. Listen, you want to be a part of this ministry, just type in the comments, #membership, and somebody will reach out to you, get some information from you, and we will be more than happy to welcome you again to the nicest church on the planet. Listen, y'all, let me wrap up quickly because I'm way over. I want to challenge you to give today. This message, if this ministry, if this broadcast has been a blessing to you, I want to challenge you to give. You can give one of three ways today. You can give via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website, www.rehabcc.org. Or you can text REHABWORKS to 88202. That's REHABWORKS to 88202. If you do that, you will see a prompt on your phone. Click on that link and you can give right from your cell phone. Yes, we are a tithing ministry. We are a giving ministry. And right now, more than ever, as we are preparing to try to get into this hybrid format, right now more than ever, we need your support. We need your support so that we can continue to bring to you this message, but doing it in a way that is in an excellent way going forward. So I want to challenge you to give today. I want to challenge you to give your tithes. I want to challenge you to sow an offering today. And I know that God will bless you in a tremendous way. Again, you can give via CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. That's $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website by visiting www.rehabcc.org and simply choose online giving. Or you can text REHABWORKS to 88202 and right to your cell phone. You'll see a prompt. Click on that prompt and follow the instructions, and you can give right from your cell phone. And we know that God will bless you. How? Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, and running over. He will send people into your life to be a blessing to you because of the way you've given to us. Listen, y'all, I'm done. Ran way over today. Do me a favor. Make sure you like this video, share this video with as many people as you can. And make plans to join us this Tuesday, 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here for our virtual life study. Can't wait to see you Tuesday. And got a powerful lesson I want to share with you. So I want you to like this video, share this video with as many friends and followers as you can. Tell them to go see it. It's a beautiful lesson on the power of pain and how we need to handle pain. And then make plans to see us this Tuesday, 7:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at the Rehab Christian Center for virtual life study. And I simply can't wait to see you. Listen, I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. Have a fantastic week. And I will look forward to seeing you this Tuesday for life study. Y'all be safe today. Enjoy your Sunday. And I will see you on Tuesday. Peace and blessings.
Thank you for watching the Rehab Christian Center live experience. If this broadcast has been a blessing to you and you would like to be a blessing to our leader, Dr. Zeb Talley III, you can sow a seed into his ministry by CashAPP at $Pastor ZT3. It is our prayer that this message of hope encouraged, enlightened, and empowered you to be better. Please tune in Tuesday at 7:08 p.m. for our life study experience. And as always, be blessed.